All praises unto the Most High, Yahawah, power of Yasharahla. Salutations unto my big brother YAHAWAH I, and unto the holy angels and elders of heaven and on earth. Halalwayah. All praises. Now this is a lesson about Deuteronomy chapter 28 from the hidden book. Hopefully, by the Spirit of the Most High, I can give you some understanding of how deep this goes. Now, I'm putting a disclaimer out there just to get it in any Hebrew Israelite's head. I do not support Edomites. I do not like Edomites. I am not for the Edomites. I am for scripture and truth. That's all I am for. As long as it's the truth and as long as it's in scripture, then I'm for it. This book is basically one of the first transliterations of the Bible. So I call it the hidden book. It's going to explain Deuteronomy in a kind of different manner from how you would expect it, but you will still get the same verses, but just explained a lot better and easier for you to understand. Now, let's get along with this lesson. This is the book of Deuteronomy. I will be reading chapter 1, verse 1, then I will jump to chapter 28 and get on with the study. Now this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1, and the context is the first discourse of Moses, its time and place. Verse 1, these are the words spoken beyond Jordan to the whole of Israel. Is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And the context is promised blessings. A. The blessings and the curses that follow are peculiar to Deuteronomy and have several points of contact with the teaching of the prophets. Verse 1. But if you obey the voice of Yahawah your Elohim, keeping and observing all those commandments of his that I enjoin on you today, Yahawah your Elohim will set you high above all the nations of the earth. All the blessings that follow shall come up with you and overtake you. B. Note the tendency to speak of the blessings and of the curses. Verse 15 as persons. Right? Okay. If only you obey the voice of Yahawah your Elohim, you will be blessed in the town and blessed in the country. Blessed will be the fruit of your body, the produce of your soil, the issue of your livestock, the increase of your cattle, the young of your flock. Blessed will be the pannier and your bread bin. Blessed will you be coming in, and blessed going out. The enemies that rise against you, Yahawah will conquer for your sake. They will come at you by one way and flee before you by seven. Yahawah will summon a blessing for you in your barns and in all your undertakings, and will bless you in the land that Yahawah is giving you. Yahawah will make you Yahawah will make of you a people consecrated to himself, as he has sworn to you, if you keep the commandments of Yahawah your Elohim and follow his ways. All the peoples of the earth will see that you bear the name of Yahawah and will go in fear of you. Yahawah will give you great store of good things, the fruit of your body, the fruit of your cattle, and the produce of your soil in the land he swore to your fathers he would give you. Yahawah will open the heavens to you, his rich treasures house, his rich treasure house, to give you seasonable rain for your land, and to bless all the work of your hands. You will make many nations your subjects, yet you will be subject to none. Yahawah will put you at the head and them at the tail. You will always be on top and never underneath, if you obey the commandments of Yahawah your Elohim that I enjoin on you today, keeping and observing them, not swerving to right or left from any of the works I enjoin on you today, by following any other gods and serving them. Context change. Curses. Verse 15. But if you do not obey the voice of Yahawah your Elohim, nor keep and observe all those commandments and statutes of his that I enjoin on you today, then all the curses that follow shall come up with you and overtake you. You will be accursed in the town and accursed in the country. Accursed will be your pineer and your breadbin. Accursed will be the fruit of your body, the produce of your soil, the increase of your cattle, the young of your flock. Accursed will you be coming in, and accursed going out. Yahawah will send on you curses, frustrations, imprecations, in return for all your offerings, until you are destroyed and speedily perish, for your perverse behavior and for deserting me. Yahawah will infect you with the plagues until it has consumed you on the land which you are entering to make your own. Yahawah will strike you down with consumption, fever, inflammation, burning fever, drought, blight, mildew, and these will pursue you to your ruin. The heavens above you will be brass, the earth beneath you iron. Yahawah will turn the rain on your land to dust and sand. It will fall on you from the heavens until you perish. Yahawah will have you defeated in front of your enemies. You will come at them by one way and flee before them by seven. You will become a thing of horror for all the kingdoms of the earth. That's why all of them know us as niggers, you know, niggers, the slaves, the monkeys, the beast, you know, a horror. Your carcass will be carrion for all the birds of the heaven and all the beasts of the earth, with no one to scare them away. Just like how you never see a Chinese man, an Indian man, or a white man, a Asian man, an Arab man. You'll never see their dead bodies in the streets and not be thrown away or moved. Get me? Especially in the Caribbean countries. You get what I'm saying? They'll leave you there for the whole day. Police will kill you and throw your body in the back of the van like nothing. You get what I'm saying? Yahweh's curses are very serious. Verse 27. Yahawah will strike you down with Egyptian boils, with swellings in the groin, with scurvy, and the itch for which you will find no cure. Yahawah will strike you down with madness, blindness, distraction of mind, until you grope your way at noontide, like a blind man groping in the dark. And your steps will lead you nowhere. You will never be anything but exploited and plundered continually, and no one will come to your help. Betroth a wife, another man will have her. Build a house, you will not live in it. Plant a vineyard, you will not gather its first fruits. Your ox will be killed before your eyes, and you will eat none of it. Your donkey will be carried off in your presence, and not be restored to you. Your sheep will be given to your enemies, and no one will come to your help. Your sons and daughters will be handed over to another people, and every day you will wear your eyes out watching eagerly. Every day you will wear your eyes out watching eagerly for them, while your hands are powerless. Wow. But that part about the cow, you watch your ox being killed, that happened to me, yo, in real life, real time, real life. They killed my cow because of jealousy, you know. These curses are real, yo. All right. Nation, you do not know will eat the fruit of your soil and of your labor. You will never be anything but exploited and crushed continually. You will be driven mad by the sights your eyes will see. And you can see that Negroes are very crazy nowadays. We're crazy, yo. We're crazy from all this oppression. Yahawah will strike you down with foul boils on knee and leg, for which you will find no cure from the sole of your foot to the top of your head. Yahawah will send you and the king you set over you to a nation that neither you nor your fathers have known, and there you will serve other gods of wood, which is the cross, Christianity, and of stone, which is the Muslim faith. You know what I'm saying? Muslim faith, the Arabs. You will become a thing of horror, a proverb, and a byword to all peoples among whom Yahawah takes you. A nigger, that's what he's talking about. Proverb and a byword. Nigger, that word is all over the whole, that word is on the four corners of the earth. Facts. You will cast seed in plenty on the fields, but harvest little, for the locust will devour it. You will plant and till your vineyards, but not drink wine or gather grapes, for the grub will eat them up. You will grow olive trees throughout your territory, but not anoint yourself with oil, for your olive trees will be cut down. You will father sons and daughters, but they will not be yours, for they will go into captivity. All your trees and all the produce of your soil will become the prey of insects. The stranger living among you, like the Chinese man and everybody, the Indian man, the white man, right? I'm talking about in Jamaica right now, yeah? The stranger living among you will rise higher and higher at your expense, meaning we're just spending money with them, making them richer, but not spending money with ourselves and each other. And you yourselves sink lower and lower. He will make you his chattel. You will not make him yours. It is who will be at the head, and you at the tail. All these curses will come up with you, will pursue you and overtake you until you perish, for not obeying the voice of Yahawah your Elohim by seeking those commandments and laws of his that he enjoined on you. They will be sign and a wonder over you and your descendants forever. So these curses, this is how we're going to know if we're the Hebrew Israelites or not, because of these curses. Now, before verse 47, the context changes to of war and exile to come. Verse 47. For failing to serve Yahawah your Elohim in the joy and happiness that come from an abundance of all things, you will submit to the enemies that Yahawah will send against you in hunger, thirst, nakedness, utter destitution. He will put an iron yoke on your neck until you perish. Yahawah will raise against you a far off nation from the ends of the earth, like an eagle taking wing. This will be a nation whose language you do not understand, a nation grim of face, with neither respect for the old nor pity for the young. They will eat the offspring of your cattle and the produce of your soil until you perish, leaving you neither corn nor wine nor oil nor increase of soil until you perish, or nor increase of your cattle, nor young of your flock, until they make an end of you. They will besiege you in your towns until your loftiness and most strongly fortified walls collapse, and the walls on which you relied within your frontiers. They will besiege you in all the towns that Yahawah gives you. During the siege and in the distress to which your enemies will reduce you, you will eat the fruit of your body. Throughout the Bible history and throughout Hebrew Israelite history, there's a part in history where we was actually eating our children because they trapped us in the city and we couldn't come out, so we end up eating our children. So all these curses are real, yo, no joke. The flesh of those sons and daughters of yours whom Yahawah has given you. So let me read it again. You will eat the fruit of your body, the flesh of those sons and daughters of yours whom Yahawah has given you. The tenderest and most fastidious among you will glower at his brother, even at the wife he cherishes, and at the children that are left to him, grudging them a share in the flesh of those children of his that he is eating. For during the siege and in the distress to which your enemies will reduce you in all your towns, there will be nothing left to him. The tenderest and the most fastidious woman, fastidious woman among you, so tender, so fastidious, that she has never ventured to set the sole of her foot to the ground, will glower at the husband she cherishes, even at her even at her son and her daughter, and hide from them the afterbirth of her womb, and the child she bears to eat them. So utter will be the destitution during the siege and in the distress to which your enemies will reduce you in all your towns. Now, the normal Bible doesn't say that. But this Bible is telling you directly Yahweh's going to make us eat our children, yo. And this happened. This actually happened. No joke. My eyes are tearing up right now, yo, because this is real, yo. This is some... Yo, these curses are honest, yo. Anyway. Verse 58. If you do not keep and observe all the words of this law that are written in this book, in the fear of his name, in the fear of this name of glory, and awe Yahawah your Elohim, Yahawah will strike you down with monstrous plagues, you and your descendants with plagues grievous and lasting diseases, pernicious and enduring. Once more he will bring on you the diseases of Egypt that you dreaded, and they will infect you further. Yahawah will bring on you every sickness, every sickness, every plague not mentioned. Hear that? In the book of this law until you perish. There will be only a handful of you left, you who are as many as the stars of heaven, for not obeying the voice of Yahawah your Elohim, just as Yahawah took delight in giving you prosperity and increase, so now he will take delight in bringing you to ruin and destruction. You will be torn from the land which you are entering to make your own. Yahawah will scatter you among all peoples. Negroes are in slavery among all the nations on the face of the earth, on the four corners of the earth. He's talking about us people. Okay. From one end of the earth to the other. See? There you will serve other gods of wood and stone, Christianity and the Muslim foolishness. The cross and the Mecca stone that they want to worship. That neither you nor your fathers have known. Among these nations there will be no Among these nations there will be no repose for you, no rest for the sole of your foot, slavery. Yahawah will give you a quaking heart, weary eyes, halting breath. Your life from the outset will be a burden to you. Night and day you will go in fear, uncertain of your life. In the morning you will say, how I wish. It's the old books, so some of the pages are torn and some of the pieces are missing. How I wish something, and in evening, how I wish it were morning. Such terror and such sights your eyes will see. Yahawah will take you back to Egypt in ships and by land, though eyes will see. Salakia. Let me read it again. Yahawah will take you back to Egypt on ships and by land, though I had promised you. You will not see it again. And there you will want to sell yourselves to your enemies as serving men and women, but no one will buy you. C. The threat of Egyptian plagues of a second slavery recalls the favors commemorated to the introductory discourse. This balance suggests that very power that save may yet destroy. Conclusion. These are the words of the covenant which Yahweh ordered Moses to make with the sons of Israel in the land of Moab, in addition to the covenant that he had made with them at Horeb. D. Referring back to the whole of the second discourse, which begins in chapter 5 and includes the Deuteronomic code. By this general conclusion, the law that was received in Moab is related to the dialogue of Horeb. So, my conclusion to all of this is this. We actually put ourselves in slavery. We sold ourselves, people. Let me read it from the normal Bible to show you what I'm talking about. Because all you have to do is think about it from the perspective of we knew that we were going to go into slavery if we did not follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah. Now, by us not following it, by default, we actually put ourselves in slavery. We sold ourselves. That's the reason why it says here, I had promised you, you will not see again. Salakia, let me read from verse 68. Eyes will see, Salakia, Yahawah will take you back to Egypt by ships and by land. Though I had promised you, you will not see it again. And you will want to sell yourselves to your enemies as serving men and women, and no one will buy you. See. Now that might not make any sense to a lot of Hebrews, right? Now, when he says our enemies, meaning the people who actually had us, which are the Edomites, which are the white people who put us in slavery, we would have rather been in slavery with everybody else than to be in slavery with them. They came like real dominant savages. They was like the eagle that took flight, as it said. But in the normal Bible it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, which we know means slavery, again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Yeah, so we were sold. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not taking that from the script. I'm not taking it, yeah, but this book's older than that book. You get what I'm saying? It's one of the first transliterations. You get what I'm saying? And this gives me more understanding. I ain't sorry. Look. I ain't forgiving no Edomite for nothing. This is what I want to get. That's my disclaimer. I'm putting it out there. You get what I'm saying? I am going to chop Edomites' heads off, yo. I want to be that battle axe. You get me? I'm one of those Hebrews. But at the same time, I have to be truthful in myself, and this is how I find the peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? We have to be Proverbs, yo. You have to understand. Proverbs, when it says a king this and a king that, it's talking to you. You're the king. It's talking to you. It's teaching you how to be a proper king. It's not telling you how a king, or it's not telling you about a king. It's telling you how to be a king. You understand? So the first thing you need to know about being a king, right, is that you have to fess up to your wrongs. And you have to gain on this, and with that, in that same number 1, right, you have to gain understanding and make sure that you get what is going on according to what your sins are or what you did wrong as a king. You get what I'm saying? Let me put it this way. As long as you find yourself in a situation, you have to try and find the best solution. Now, if you can't find the best solution, then you have to seek to the Most High, because He's the one you should be seeking to always, so you can find that best solution. If you cannot understand when you and your wrongs put yourself in a situation, then how are you going to understand how to come out of that situation? You get what I'm saying? You won't even think of you sinning or you doing something wrong. You get what I'm saying? You'll just look at it as, oh, it was the white man. We'll always blame them. That's what we'll always do. That's the point I'm trying to make there. There, I got it out. I pushed it out. Because I didn't really want to say it. But I got to say it, yo. It's like, oh, it's the white man. The white man. Yeah, the white man, yes. But us too, yo. We put ourselves in slavery. We did. We did. They sold us, right? They were the merchants. They was doing all the merchant selling and, you know, whipping our backs out, raping us, murdering us, slaughtering us, doing all types of bullshit. Like, but Yahawah actually said he was going to send them against us. He was the one who said that. You get what I'm saying? He said it. Let me read it again in 48. It says, for failing to serve Yahawah your Elohim in the joy and happiness that come from an abundance of all things, you will submit to your enemies that Yahawah will send against you in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and utter destitution, meaning in wants of all things, right? So it's our fault, yo. We're the one that was in the wrong. Like, there's nobody to blame but ourselves. The only thing that we can do, the only thing we can really blame Esau for, like seriously, right, is the wicked shit that he did in the slavery. We can't blame him for the slavery. We can blame him for the wicked shit in the slavery. You know what I'm saying? And we can't even still blame him neither, because it's still our fault. Because Yahawah says he would make them do all that stuff to us. You know what I'm saying? So the only real thing that we can blame him for is basically changing our Bible and touching it, right, in the first place, right? Changing the prophets from black to white, right? And destroying this earth. Our future inheritance. You get what I'm saying? Even though it's going to be a new earth, new heaven and everything, right? The heaven and the earth is ours. You get what I'm saying? So by them destroying it, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing we can really hate them for. We can't really hate them for much more than that. You get what I'm saying? Just the wickedness that Yahawah made them to be. That's the only thing we can really hate them for. But we can't hate them for, your white man put us in slavery. So white man put us in slavery. No. Like, we need to find a peace of mind. Or every day we're just going to be on the white man, just thinking about the white man and not really digging deep in our own selves. Sometimes I know I might sound confusing, like when I try to explain from my own mindset or from my own settings, you get me? But hopefully you people got it. You get me? Like, this is Deuteronomy, man. The whole point of this was to show you that we put ourselves in slavery. We put ourselves in slavery, right? To the point where we wanted to sell ourselves, or we felt in our minds, we were thinking about our enemies, our greatest enemies. We'd rather be with them, and not knowing that a lot of us, right, a lot of the rest of us who weren't caught and then got caught were sold to those enemies. You know what I'm saying? And then when they was over there, they wanted to be sold to other enemies. Like, anywhere we was put in slavery, we wanted to be sold to other people just to see if we would get a better treatment. You get what I'm saying? Because we knew we weren't coming out of slavery. We knew that. You know what I'm saying? We never had no light to say, oh, there's an end of the tunnel. We're coming out of slavery soon. You know what I mean? So in every slavery that we was put, the person, like for instance, I was enslaved in Jamaica. The person that was enslaved in America was wishing they was enslaved in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? And the person in Jamaica was wishing they was enslaved in America. I'm not saying you was wishing to be a slave. I'm saying you was wishing you was somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because you knew that you would have been sold. You knew that you would still be in slavery. But you was wishing to be somewhere else just for a little better treatment. You know what I'm saying? So this is what it means when it says you wanted to sell yourselves to your enemies. That's what it says. It says you will want to sell yourselves to your enemies as serving men and women, and no one will buy you. You get what I'm saying? Meaning what? Your peoples, Yahawah ain't going to let no one redeem you. They ain't going to be that nice person or that nice country that buys you and say, oh, let's treat these Negroes nice. You know what I'm saying? No, it don't matter which slavery you're going to. Any place across the face of the earth, it's going to be the same. And that's what happened. But hopefully, all praises unto the Most High Yahawah, power of Yasharahla. You got a good understanding from Deuteronomy, the real understanding. We sold ourselves, people. Stop focusing on Esau. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the Babylon and on all the prophecies that the Bible speaks of. so you can know where the when the end time is coming. You can know when the Messiah is coming, and you can prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Start following these laws, statutes, and commandments. They're the most important thing in your life. Don't let nobody deceive you and tell you otherwise. You know what I'm saying? When you see yourself defaulting and jumping left, right, and center, jumping from the law, then something's wrong. Don't let nobody tell you nothing, yo. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, YAHAWASHI came. Jesus came and he made, you don't have to do this. No. Even in fringes, yo. Even in fringes, I'm going to use that as a small one. Yes, you don't have to force a man to wear fringes, right? If you cannot afford fringes, okay. But we're supposed to be a community. If I see my brother that can't afford fringes, right? And I'm not going to give him new fringes on an old garment. I'm going to give him a brand new shirt with fringes on it. Because he can't afford it. So I'm going to supply him with it. This is how we're supposed to live anyway. We were supposed to put our money in one bundle, come together and live from that one stack. Nobody was supposed to be over nobody. This is how we were supposed to be living equally. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when someone says, oh, fringes are not important. Yes, fringes are important. They are important because fringes is not something that was meant to be done away with. They help you to keep the commandments. They're a reminder. So I'm not going to blast you and say, oh, you need fringes and you're going to go to hell if you don't got fringes. If you can't afford them, then the Most High ain't going to do nothing to you. He ain't going to hurt you. He ain't going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? He's going to lead you to someone who can help you with it. And if you should be led all the way to the wilderness with no fringes on, but you've been following commandments, then all praises. All praises, all praises. You get me? So it ain't no beef or no fighting. We ain't supposed to be killing each other for trying to follow the commandments. We're supposed to help each other to try and follow the commandments. And this is how we do it. So don't try and do away with something because your ass is lazy, right? Don't try and do that. Don't come with that foolishness, yo. We're supposed to be wearing fringes. So if I can help my brother out with a new shirt and some fringes on it, I'm going to do that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be done. You get me? You're supposed to build your brother up until he's on your level. That's what the Most High says to do. And this is the reason why the commandments are so important, because we don't know that law, so we think we can throw away this law. You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi didn't come to do away with the law. He's the walking embodiment of the law. He had fringes on. As a matter of fact, in slavery, they stripped us naked coming on the boats, right? And shaved our heads off and shaved our beards off, the men, right? But yet when we came here, and we started to get our own clothing, we started to make fringes out of the clothes. So what? So what are you saying? So what you people? And that was in slavery. That was in slavery. Now we got how many factories that make clothes and produce clothes, and you're telling me you can't go get some fringes? You can't go get some fringes just to remind your own damn self to follow the commandments? You're damned, you know. You're damned. So we need to be trying to find our way out of this damnation. You get what I'm saying? By following the laws, statutes, and commandments. I don't care what nobody says. All the laws still stand, yo, except from the sacrificial law. You get what I'm saying? And the law of Christ coming to do what he came to do. That's it. That's all he came here for. He didn't come here to tell you to not wear fringes. Come on, man. He came here to show you how to be suspect. You know what I'm saying? If you're sinning, why do you have a right, if you're hiding behind closed doors doing this stupidness, to come here out in the open and disrespect someone that's doing it in the open? At least they're actually doing it in the open and not hiding. You're hiding. Just like the ones hiding behind trees eating swine's flesh. Hiding behind trees eating swine's flesh. At least there's people out here in the open eating the swine's flesh. They're doing it. You're the one that's hiding. You're going to get a even worse whoop ass for hiding and doing it. Because you think that Yahawah, the Elohim, the Most High, don't see you. Or you think he's blind or something. Well, anyway, not to digress. All praises unto the Most High, Yahawah, power of Yasharahla. Salutations unto my big brother Yahawashi, and unto the holy angels of heaven and on earth, and unto the elders of heaven and on earth. Halalwayah. All praises unto the one who created the sun, the stars, the moon, the one who makes the mountains move, and the oceans roar, and the rivers flow, and the rains fall, and the winds blow. Halalwayah. All praises. Thank you, O one and true power. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Halalwayah. Sailor.